Hello lovely people, how na day? Welcome back to my page and to my YouTube channel, guys. If you never subscribe, please subscribe and follow us on our Facebook page, and we're also on Instagram with same name. Thank you all so much. God bless you. So my people, e get video where I want make una watch, my people. This video concern one pastor. Concern one pastor. If una see this video, see the pastor face, una fit still know am. Concern one pastor, make una see wetin pastor do to innocent girl. I just decided to share this video because I know say when you hear other people's story, if you still get one or few things we will go learn from inside. So now make me want to share this video so that in case this kind of thing they try to occur tomorrow for your area or for where, you understand, then you go know say no, you not go fit fall for this kind of thing. My people, now know say a lot of people too get too much respect and too much trust for their pastor, GO and all of them. That is why they easy to manipulate. If you see the way where this man of God they manipulate this innocent girl, and she fell for it because of the so much respect, you know, as the so-called head of the church, you know, everybody look up to them, they respect them, you know, they can influence anybody. When they talk, you obey as their follower. My people, this video will open your eye to a lot of things. This video will make you to understand that a lot of this man, one and one watch, so we have so many of him in different churches, different country, and different states. So you have to be wise when you come across such men of God where they deceive their follower. You deceive a woman, lure her to bed. A woman that was about to get married, you destroy her plan. My people, if you now hear what this man of God did to this our sister, well, I go let you know and listen to our sister as she explained. The video long go, I think at 20-something minutes. You understand? Nice, she explained the thing. Now 2 video. So I'm going to upload it part 1 and part 2. So stay tuned for the video and make sure you watch the video from 1 to the end. So I'll be uploading part 1 and part 2. God bless you, and don't forget to leave us your comment, what you think about it. You know, just leave it. If you also fall a victim like this, our sister, also let it out. You know, a lot of this thing, a lot of people don't fall for this kind of mess where this our sister did, but a lot of them, they're afraid to talk. So guys, I will leave you. Enjoy the video. Bye.
He gave me his number. I told him that I've known him 7 years ago. He came to our church. You know, that somebody that had given me a prophecy before and all. So we exchanged numbers. He asked me to call him the following day by 10, which I did. And after I called, he cut my calls twice, and I didn't bother calling him again because I wasn't really cool. He didn't call me back. I felt like you told me to call. It wasn't as if I wanted to call you. So later on, early January, in fact, first week of January, I saw his Facebook request. He sent a friend request to me on Facebook, so I was excited, sort of, but at the same time, I was like skeptical that hope is not as if it's all these scammers. So I texted him and like, excuse me, is this really you? So he did a video call with me, which confirmed that he was the one, and that was all. Until one day when he called me and told me that, okay, he told me to call him the following day. I mean, that same day by 5, which I did, and eventually, to cut the whole story short, he called me one day and said he wanted to meet my fiancé. That, do I have a relationship? I said yes. He said he wanted to meet the person I was, so he told me to come and meet him up at an hotel, which I actually went to with my
which hotel?
Havana Hotel and Suites at Gowan Estate. So I went there. So on getting there with my fiancé, now told my fiancé that I was a good person, I'm a good child. He said a lot of things about me as if he had known me. He said it was the Spirit of the Lord that told him that I'm a very decent lady. He said many things, and he said the guy should not treat me badly. And I attested at that time that no, he's a perfect young man. He now said, we now told him that my introduction was close, like it was 4 weeks close by, that we had 4 weeks to my introduction, that I should pray along with us and everything. So I think that the following week, I think he called me on a Sunday and told me that I should fast on a Tuesday, that he wanted to, there was a revelation he saw, he wants to pray for me about it. So, and I said, can't he talk about it over the phone? He said no, that he had to see me in person. So he said he was coming to Genesis on Tuesday. So I said, okay, no problem, that okay, when he comes, that he should let me know so that we can see and talk about it.
Which of the parishes of Genesis?
The one at Alakoko.
Okay.
So I was wondering that what kind of, because I was scared, like, hey, hope it's not something bad, though. My introduction is around the corner, of which I had even informed Israel Oladele that we were about getting married, that we even needed him to give us a go ahead, because Israel Oladele Ogundipe, prophet in charge of Genesis Global, was actually aware from the inception of the relationship, even till that time. So when I expected, I didn't see Prophet Macaulay Folorunsho at the program eventually. So I was on my way home when his call came in, and he said he was unable to make it for the program because he has another program that he's planning to go for. So I now said, he now said, and he needs to give me the message that it's very, very important.
And he cannot give you a phone?
He said he couldn't give me the message on phone. So I decided that, okay. And I said, what are we now going to do? He now said, I was thinking he was probably going to say maybe another day. So he now said, okay, can I come and meet him somewhere around Ijoko? That, do I know Ijoko? I said, I know Ijoko. He now said, I should come and meet him there. He said, when I get to Songo, I think he said, when I get to Songo, I should call him. Okay, he said, when I get to Songo, I should call him. But he mentioned Lesoke. That's what Lesoke. That's the way he mentioned it. So I said, okay, that when I get to Songo, I'm going to ask for Lesoke, because I actually felt Lesoke was an area around there. So I just took a bike when I got to Songo and said, I'm going to Lesoke. So it was when we now got there that I now saw that it was an hotel, because I didn't know. I now called him. I was like, hotel ni our, but I didn't feel insecure, because the first time I and my fiance went to meet him, hotel no ni. We went there to meet him at the hotel, so I didn't have any reason to question. And knowing fully well that he was a spiritual person and was a man of God, I never even thought that he had ulterior motive. So I now said, hotel in the bit, but I now said, that I should be coming up, that he has a program, and most of the time when they have programs, they lodge them very close to an hotel where it will be easy for mobility, for them to access the program, the place. So I went in. So when I got there, he asked me if I was still fasting. I told him that yes, I was still fasting. And I said, I had to break my fast. And I said, that I'm not really hungry, that I'll break my fast when I get home. So he insisted that I have to break my fast, that he's not my father, that can't he talk to me. And he was almost getting angry, and I didn't want him to get angry, like, because I really, really hold him in high esteem. I was always afraid of him and everything. So I ate the food.
What food was that?
He told me to eat rice, and I told him that after so much persuasion, I ate the food. And after I ate the food, I just noticed that everything changed. I started taking to everything he asked me to do. If he says do this, without question. And I noticed that I was numb, sort of, and I was feeling dizzy, very uncomfortable. But I was helpless and I was powerless. That was how he had his way with me. Took advantage of me and slept with me.
That same day?
That same day.
How did he do it? He just undressed you or what?
He didn't undress me. Like I said earlier, that I was uncomfortable. I was numb. Everything he was telling me to do, I was doing it after I ate the food, because I was quite normal before I ate that food. Because it really took time for me to really sit down and like, what really happened? So after that, he was giving me instructions, do this, do that. I kept doing everything, and that was how he raped me. It was a rape. It was not like I consented with him. There was nothing like that. And after that, he told me that he should not be heard from me, that I should not tell anybody anything.
He said that to you?
Yes.
Was it like a threat or a plea?
It was a threat. That woman boruko eyan je and stuffs.
How did he say it in Yoruba?
pé ṣé mo mọ̀ pé òjíṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run ni òun ò dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ gbọ́ pé mo lọ sí ibì kan pé mo wá lọ sọ nǹkan kan fún ẹnìkan kan o, ṣé mo ti gbọ́. It sounded harsh. At the same time, he was trying to be subtle while saying it. So I was afraid and I left. And I couldn't even tell anyone.
Sorry.
Please, can I have a minute?
Sorry. Don't break down. Now I've told you not to break down before this interview. Huh? I told you not to break down. Sorry. It will be over. Let's take it easy. It will be over. You need to be very courageous in order for you to be able to give an information that will reform a lot of people. You need to be very courageous. Just take it easy, okay? Just be strong. These things happened. It happens to people. It happens to a lot of women. And in most cases, it could be your own campaign. I've told you about other people who have gone through it. So, and I prepared your mind before this interview. So try to just be courageous. Sorry. Just take it easy. It's gonna be okay. Let's continue. Just be courageous. Just for the sake of this broadcast, okay? So that day at Lesoke, that was what happened. That was what happened. And you couldn't just comprehend yourself. You couldn't get your bearing again. It was like you were under a spell.
Yes, it was like I've been hypnotized. I knew it couldn't have been me. So he told me to leave and I left. I was devastated. I went back to see my fiancé that same day and I could not tell him anything. Because one, I knew we were very close to my introduction and our introduction and
Sorry. Take it easy. Take it easy. You have to be strong. I know you're a young person. It's not easy when people break your heart. That's what happened. Just take it easy. And increase your voice. Sorry. And you couldn't just, you are not even free to tell him what happened.
He noticed something was wrong.
Okay.
He repeatedly asked me that what was the problem. He kept asking me, but I could not tell him because I was so afraid. I didn't know what he would do at that time, so I decided not to tell him anything. I was still not fine. After so many days, I still was not myself. Not quite long. 3 weeks later, I discovered I was pregnant.
My God. Were you able to do that, your traditional marriage?
No.
So what happened? Before was it before that you discovered you were pregnant or after that didn't take place?
After the incident.
Okay.
I couldn't tell him what has happened. And I felt so guilty that I was the one feeling guilty actually. I wasn't supposed to feel that way, but I was feeling that it was all my fault, that if I had not gone there. So I could not even go further with anything anymore. He would tell me, I started, especially when I discovered that I was pregnant. At that time, I could not, it was like the introduction and everything was not even
flexible.
I didn't know how I was going to. So at that time, he was not asking me that what is the problem. Why my fiancé was asking me that why am I not, what is really happening. I couldn't tell my parents anything any longer about the whole thing. So when I discovered that I was now pregnant, I called this man and I told him that, excuse me sir, this is what has happened.
Me following Shoma Koli?
Yes. The man just treated me like an animal.
How?
Just damned me over the phone that she mo fẹ́ ba ministry on Jenny.
That was what his response.
Yes, she mo fẹ́ kó bá òun ni. That I should go and look for a way to sort it out and everything.
Thing that you told him in a humble way that daddy, I've missed my period. So he just trashed you on phone?
He just trashed me over the phone. So I went for it. He now told me that I had to look for a way to go and get rid of the pregnancy forcefully. And knowing fully well that I was about getting introduced and probably engaged at the same time, I didn't know what to do. I was confused.
You were totally confused.
I was totally confused. So I had to go and get rid of the pregnancy.
How was the experience?
It was painful.
How many weeks was that pregnancy then?
It was 3 weeks.
Can speak loud.
It was 3 weeks.
Okay.
It was 3 weeks. So after the whole thing, all of a sudden I saw his call. Again. But I noticed that ever since that first incident, he had a very strong hold on me. I'm not always able to turn back or resist or words. If he shouts at me, I'm not always able to. I can't even control myself around him. Like he has this strong hold on me. On my emotions. I can't, because I'm not the hard type. So when he came back, he was begging over the phone and he requested that he wanted to see me. He begged and begged. I told him I wouldn't see him, that after all he did to me, that there was no how I would see him. I never wanted to set my eyes on him. I started saying many things. He later said I should please. I now reluctantly said, okay, no problem. I was going to see him. I got there I was on my way with so much anger that I'm going to talk, I'm going to this, I'm going to that. I was so angry. But on getting there, I couldn't say anything.
You became calm again?
I